money. The Nigerian telecommunications industry attracted over $1 billion in capital investment in 2025, leading to the deployment of more than 2,850 new network sites nationwide. This was disclosed by the Executive Vice Chairman (EVC) of the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC), Dr. Aminu Maida, who also said the investment, which has expanded both network coverage and capacity, underpinned improvement in service quality recorded in the fourth quarter of 2025. The disclosure contained in the statement yesterday followed the formal release of the NCC's fourth quarter 2025 network performance report on Wednesday, an industry assessment developed in collaboration with global internet analytics firm ORCA to measure real-world network performance across urban centers, rural communities, highways, and emerging 5G zones. Maida noted that the report showed steady gains in network quality with improvements in median download speeds across both urban and rural areas compared to the previous quarter, alongside narrowing video quality of experience gap and a strengthening 4G backbone nationwide. According to Maida, the report reflects NCC's commitment to transparent, data-driven regulation and the continuous improvement of Nigeria's digital ecosystem. Despite the progress, the NCC boss acknowledged persistent gaps in 5G availability, upload speed, and mobile service coverage, noting that regulatory engagement with operators are ongoing to address these disparities. He disclosed that operators are committed to exceed their 2025 investment levels in 2026, signaling sustained capital inflows into network expansion and upgrade as the Commission pushes for broader connectivity and improved quality of service nationwide. The federal government's domestic borrowings from financial market operators rose sharply in 2025 despite high interest rates, widening the gap between public and private sector access to credit, according to data obtained from the Central Bank of Nigeria on Thursday. An analysis of money and credit statistics showed that credit to the federal government outpaced private sector borrowings by 9.19 trillion naira, representing a 695.6% swing in 2025. Reflecting heightened fiscal pressures and increased reliance on local funding sources. In contrast, net credit to the private sector declined by 1.543 trillion naira in 2025, highlighting the challenges faced by the businesses amidst tight monetary conditions and elevated interest rates. This divergence underscored a growing imbalance in the allocation of financial system resources, with the public sector absorbing a larger share of available liquidity. The trend points to a classic crowding out effect as rising government demand for funds limit banks' capacity to extend credit to the productive sector, while many organized businesses increasingly prioritize settling existing debt rather than taking on new borrowing. In monetary and financial statistics, credit to government refers to funds extended to the federal government by the domestic financial system, mainly through the purchase of government securities such as treasury bills, bonds, and other debt instruments, as well as direct lending by banks and other financial institutions. This form of credit is typically used to finance budget deficit, refinance maturing obligations, support capital and recurrent expenditure, and manage short-term cash flow gaps when government revenues fall short of spending needs. Credit to the private sector, on the other hand, represents loans and advances granted by banks and other financial institutions to businesses, households, and non-government entities. It is primarily used to fund working capital, business expansion, investment in plants and machinery, trade, agriculture, services, and consumer spending. Growth in private sector credit is widely regarded as a key indicator of economic activity as it supports production, job creation, and overall economic growth. Aviation experts have criticized the proliferation of airlines without Air Operator Certificate (AOC), warning that it may lead to safety breaches in the near future. The experts are of the view that instead of allowing them to operate with other airlines, AOC, the state government can acquire aircraft, paint their livery on them and list them to existing airlines. This, they stated, will ensure that the operators with AOC will completely manage the fleet. The expert said professionally, these airlines may have met the conditions to operate under other airlines as enshrined in the regulation. But they warn that this could compromise safety when their operations are not effectively supervised. They noted that as long as the state governments are concerned, they own these airlines and are fully running them, funding manpower development and supervising training with the consent of the airlines they are operating under their AOC. The stakeholders also argued that the states that own these airlines may not seem in a hurry to obtain their own AOC, having been given leverage by the aforesaid arrangement. They are worried that with the current trend, other state governments may take the same system to establish their own airlines, predicting that in the long run it may lead to safety breaches. They also advised the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to put a cap to this policy because it is becoming a unwholesome trend. Apart from Ibom Air, airlines like Enugu Air, Kali Air of Cross River State, Pioneer Air of Bayelsa, Gateway Air of Ogun State are all operating without AOC. The managing director and CEO of Aero Contractors, Captain Ado Sanusi, said airlines with AOC must ensure operation control of the airline operating under its license in accordance to the regulation. And still on business news, Dangote Cement PLC has launched a safety fair play initiative at its Ibes plant in Ogun State, aimed at driving behavioral change and fostering a strong, sustainable safety culture among employees. The initiative, which will be replicated across all Dangote Cement PLC plants nationwide, marks a significant milestone in strengthening the company's safety framework. The pilot launch recorded strong participation from both management and employees, underscoring a shared commitment to safer work practices. The Safety Fair Play initiative is designed to deliver lasting behavioral and cultural change through an equitable and transparent framework that promotes safe conduct. Built on three core pillars: recognition, correction, coaching, and discipline, the program rewards positive safety behavior, ensures consistency in addressing at-risk actions, and encourages open reporting of incidents, near misses, and errors. Speaking at the launch, Dangote Cement PLC DCP Technical Director Mr. Ananda Duresemi emphasized the strategic importance of the initiative and called on employees to champion a safety culture anchored on fairness, accountability, recognition, and continuous improvement. Duresemi described Safety Fair Play as a defining moment in the company's journey towards building a workplace where safety is not merely a policy, but a shared mindset and daily habits. The NGX Group Chief Executive Officer Temi Popola has expressed that Nigeria's capital market is consolidating its position as a structural gateway to the African market, underpinned by macroeconomic reforms, digital platforms, and expanding investor participation. He stated that the African investment launch, hosted by Radiant Collective Capital (RCC), speaking on the theme Global Economic Outlook 2026 and overview of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, opportunities and market structure. He highlighted how Nigeria's ongoing reforms are translating into tangible investment opportunities, particularly for women and diaspora investors. The virtual session brought together women professionals, founders, and business leaders from across Africa and the diaspora, reflecting on Nigeria's 2025 adjustment phase, Popular noted that difficult but necessary reforms, alongside improved price discovery, have laid the foundation for more sustainable growth in 2026. He pointed to the NGX All Shares Index 51.19% gain in 2025, attributing the performance to improvement in corporate earnings, dividend consistency, and economic reforms, rather than speculative activity. He underscored the role of inclusive participation in deepening market resilience, noting the growing proportion of women investors among retail accounts. Referencing a recent telecommunications public offer in which women accounted for 76% of more than 110,000 new investor accounts, Popular said broader participation contributes to healthier market through longer investment horizons, disciplined accumulation, and more risk-aware decision making. And that is it on business news. Stay tuned for news track at 2 p.m. and Global News at 6:30 p.m. But before then, do enjoy the rest of our programs and have a very wonderful morning. Thanks for watching.